For us, left for bullies, stop the facts. It getting wrong, the mental health. Prevent disasters, discrimination at the workplace. It getting wrong, the mental health. It getting wrong, yo. The mental health, yo.
My name is Mary Bernadette Curtis.
Hello everybody, my name is Mary Bernadette Curtis. I am someone with mental illness and I want to tell you my story. When I was attending school, I dropped out from school and I eloped with my fiancé to the up country. And when I came back, I started showing some symptoms of mental illness. And my grandmother took me to a traditional healer. The cable symbol represents my uncle. He used to strip me naked, shave my ear, and beat me with a cable. And later, my daddy said I shouldn't go to school anymore. This increased my problem.
But I will go school back.
This chain symbolizes the time I was taken again to a traditional healer at Dugan Street, and I stayed there for a week. After that, my grandmother, who was a nurse, treated me, and my mother made sure I started going to school again. With all of these problems that I faced growing up, people didn't notice that I had a mental health problem. This passport symbolizes during the war, when my husband and I had to travel to Conakry, and I met with someone who said he would help me to gain asylum in the US. My husband said since I have money, we could pay. At that time, I had just been paid off from a job I had. The guy was unable to help us, and I gave him all of my money, and we never traveled to the US. That increased my mental health problem, and I became worried that my money was finished and I wasn't able to travel. The rope symbolizes the loss of my last child. In 2002, I became pregnant, and in 2003, I gave birth to Josephine. She was very beautiful, and everybody admires her. People will ask me to give the baby to them, but I refused. I became sick, and I was admitted in a hospital called Duncan in Guinea. And my husband's family asked that they take care of my daughter. I was admitted for 3 months. When I got discharged, I came back home and I didn't find my daughter. I asked my eldest son about her, and he said he hasn't seen her. My husband said I should wait, that some Sierra Leonean will tell me what happened. I became restless when I didn't see my daughter for 3 days. Then I saw a lady called Mariatu. She said that my daughter died. I asked them for the photo of the deceased. I also asked my eldest son if he is aware of that, but he told me he haven't seen Josephine, and that I should stand up so that they could give me back my child. I started hearing rumors that a family member of my husband took my child to another country. This got my condition worsened. I kept walking, roaming around the street. I would sit on the train track for the whole day. I then made up my mind to end my relationship with my husband because he stole my children. And people will say, move from that train track. Upon all of this, today I am talking to you. I am able to stand and speak to you about my problem. It was because of my founds. I had to relocate from Guinea, and I came home with nothing due to the burden of relocation, and I had to bring my children along with me. I had no decent clothes to wear. My sister felt pity for me, but unfortunately, we did not have the same size in body. She then told me that she has African clothes she bought from Banjul, and she will give them to a tailor. Through contribution, and I decided to start selling kerosene and soap. The bottle symbolizes the time I started to do my own business. I sold kerosene through a pint measure at home, but my son willingly sold in different areas. The school picture symbolizes my children. My sister asked me if my children used to go to school. I then told her that they used to go to a private school that their father used to pay for them. I told her that I was worried how they could return to school. Although I did not attend higher education, I wanted my children to attain shots. I want them to achieve what I couldn't. My auntie opted to take my other daughter and assist her in schooling, and my son remained with me. I felt so happy seeing my children going to school, especially for my eldest son, who was not ashamed of wearing the school uniform, even though he was so tall. My family also made me happy by always encouraging me. Upon all of these successes and all of this happiness I had, I still had my mental health problem. One of my family members who lived in the diaspora opted to pay for my treatment. She first paid for my denture and later for my treatment.
Let me go to Pastor Gobe. I admit the first, I discharge a can house. Don't I cry and bring me come. The second admit, so I go admit, then I go and go me family and go and first as I know the go and I know the go under. Then when they come, the denture come on and me must go pan the water. We will pick up. So then we go and
City of Rest, where I was admitted for over 2 years, and later at another hospital. The treatment was good, but restriction.
So me the big me motor the waiting for me. So Mama Donka cannot tell I said this and not look like it fit me. I say it's me motor weight I burn all thing. I say Pastor go back calm. Now you can give me all that treatment. I say give me so I drink now I calm down. This line is my story. Well I say well me as I return 5 cents to 50 cents. So when they can give me small money if I can't sell, then give me. I go to my family and they give me. I they sell me coal. Then I they sell oil. I they sell salt. I they sell maki. And I they sell. So now this is not the end of my story. Even now when I can see, I remember me picking Josephine, where I call Jolly Baby, because I born and they became me bright people they like her. Say how they imagine, I said, can I pick where I can born so. Then my husband, they say then daddy no black. He said now then mama black. He said then daddy yellow. He said so now my papa I don't bring her. So but me go and come. Say papa boy thank you. If I born me begin the next day, I know they see again me actually not in Kaladi. I know you want to go outside they said but I begin.
My mental health na mama Sierra Leone. You are know the reason for this great effect, yo.